Bonjour, the French word for hello or good morning. And today we are spending 9 hours. I have a 9-hour layover here in Paris. What can you do? Is it worth it to get out? And honestly, am I gonna make the flight now because I've been out here so much? And how is it to rent a bike? And what is the food like? And how much does it cost for a 9-hour layover here in Paris? Well, I'm gonna tell you all this and much more, and hopefully make my plane to, well, you'll find out at the end of the video. Welcome to Paris. And good morning, and welcome to another beautiful day here in Miami. Today we're trading the beaches and the smaller city life for big city life. And we're taking this North American to a new country that I've never been to before, in Paris, France. We're going to take a 9-hour flight all the way across the ocean, and we're gonna land in a place that is totally unfamiliar to me, in a place where I don't speak French, and honestly, a place that I'm kind of nervous to go visit because I've heard that pickpocketing is really popular there. But we're gonna go check it out on a 9-hour layover in Paris and see if you can see enough in 9 hours while visiting Paris, France. Is it worth it for a layover or not? And of course, how's the food and how expensive is it? Let's go on a real adventure to a place where I don't speak the language and is a huge city. Vámonos! Welcome to Paris. We finally made it after a 9-hour flight, and we have 9 hours here before we go to Africa. So we're gonna take advantage of this. We're going to see as much as we possibly can, and we're going to navigate the language, and we're going to navigate a train and a place to drop our bag. So this is going to be very interesting. 9-hour layover. Can we do it? Can we see the Eiffel Tower? Can we get a baguette? What else can we do? Let's go find out right now. I better pay attention to where I'm supposed to go. Follow train station in 3 different languages. English is one of them, Spanish is not. Oh boy, here we go. Step 1 is done. We dropped off the bag. It cost 10 euros for this long layover. They close at 9 p.m. so you have to get here before 9 p.m. Now we're going downstairs to try and find a train ticket to get to the center of Paris. We're going to the Notre Dame area, which I think is the best for a layover because it has a lot jam-packed into one small area. So this is so confusing. All right, super easy. 30 euros to go from here to the center of Paris and then center of Paris back here. So 15 each way. I don't think that's too bad for skipping all of the traffic outside, not paying for all of the craziness of Uber and things like that. This is what it looks like to get through. So this train station actually linked up to the airport in 1983. And I think this is the best way for you to come and check out this area of Paris because it's so easy, not very expensive. You get to see some of the countryside. The airport is very far away from everything else. So it was about a 40-minute train ride and then almost door to door from the plane door to here in Notre Dame. It's going to be about 2 hours, which is, I think, pretty incredible, huh? The build started in 1163, and since then, so much has happened to this Notre Dame Cathedral. And it is incredible to think that Napoleon, like the Napoleon, in 1806, I think, he put a crown on himself. The Pope was here in order to put the crown on him, but he did it himself. And after that, you have, unfortunate news that you all know about, that it burnt a little bit. And now it's being rebuilt, and honestly, it looks absolutely beautiful. The top is all made out of wood, and that wood from many hundreds of years ago, well, it can go up in flames pretty quickly. So this is what it looks like right now. You've got your canal right here, and then you have the Notre Dame. And it's cool to me because living in Latin America, you see history, but 1100 history, that's more like Inca time. I mean, this is pretty cool. Take a look at that. And here's a pro tip for visiting the Notre Dame Cathedral. Do it in the morning. There's no line. You get to see a little service, and then you can watch the service, and then you can go in and see all the things behind the scenes as well. There are little audio things that you can listen to for a few euros, and honestly, it is an impressive church. It's free to get in. You can also reserve tickets if you'd like to, but honestly, it's free. You can just wait in the queue over there, the line, and then you can get into this amazing cathedral right on your own. But right now, make sure that you take a look right below in a comment. There is a Hola fly. If you're traveling, if you're going somewhere and you want some Wi-Fi so you can get to know what this cathedral is all about while you're here, or if you just don't know where to go and you just need some Wi-Fi connection, Hola Fly has you covered. Make sure you check them out. Link in the comment and description right below. Don't go without internet. It's what I use, and I think it's what you should use as well. All right, here we go. Let's keep exploring Paris. I think that Notre Dame is the best train station to stop at if you just want the big effects to get you started off in the right way. You have tons of souvenirs. You can smell the baguettes everywhere. There's ice cream. There's all these different foods from all around the world. You see all cultures from around the world. It's a big city, a melting pot of so many cultures. And it's not just about the Eiffel Tower and about Notre Dame. There's so much more. Like, look at this place I'm bringing you to right now. This is gonna be cool. I can't wait to share the history. And look at this building. I mean, in the United States, you just don't have buildings like this. So much was built in the 1800s, mostly 1900s, and here you go back to 1100. And there are so many buildings that are still standing today. Oh, just wait till you see this one though. Let me spin you there. Right behind me is Shakespeare and Company, and this is a famous place that writers have been coming to since 1911. During World War II, it shut down for about 10 years, and then they brought it back to life, and you can actually stay here, like in the bookshelves. You can stay here if you're willing to work and if you're willing to write for them a little bit. And you can still do it today. And people for many years have done that. Think of Ernest Hemingway, James Joyce, and many other people that have written right here, right behind me, famous books. Scott Fitzgerald as well. How cool is that there's so much history right here, just right next to Notre Dame. It's literally right across the canal. And you have this piece of history with these old cobblestone streets that you can walk on. And my goodness, if you come here in the summertime, it is hot. Right now it's the end of May, and my goodness. Woo, bring some sunscreen and maybe a change of clothes because it is warm. But how cool. All that history right behind me. Honestly, there are so many ways to travel around the city. One of them would be this bus here, so you can jump on a tour bus and jump on and jump off. Done that in Mexico City and other cities around the world, and it's great. But when you only have a 9-hour layover, you need to just keep going by foot and run and run and run, then just jump back on the train and head back to the airport. And the luggage, it closes at 9 p.m., so I have to get back by 9 p.m. to the luggage. Otherwise, I'll have no more carry-on. That would be sad. So, here we go. Crossing the street, walking around, looking out for people riding their bikes or scooters or hitting me with a car. And what a beautiful city to walk around. I mean, I'm sure every day is like this here. Sunny, warm, not rainy. Kind of reminds me of Santiago, Chile, or Buenos Aires, like a European city. And very similar to that, except there's so much more English because there's so many more tourists here. And there's so many things to buy. I'm only gonna bring one thing, I think, maybe, which is a magnet. That's one thing that we always bring back home. So looking for a magnet and also looking for the next place to show you, which I'm very excited about. And welcome to Luxembourg Gardens. Here you can see just how peaceful it is in the middle of a massive city. And this was a garden area that was built in 1612. And it was built by the widow of King Henry IV. And she wanted to build this to represent Florence. And so you have the palace that's right behind me, and you have all of these gardens that you can walk around, and it's all free. You can just come here and enjoy, and it's peaceful, calm. You don't have to worry about pickpocketing really. And I mean, just wait till you see this garden. Look at this. Palace, garden, and garden. Holy cow. The amount of wealth to be able to build something like this is incredible. And the amount of history in the palace and these gardens, also incredible. That you can just walk around for free and see these gardens. This is a must for me. I mean, there's even just kids playing with little sailboats in this pond here. What a beautiful place. What I was expecting here was to feel like I'm in danger all the time. I heard that pickpocketing was really popular and that I just have to be careful. And somebody who actually lives here in Paris told me while I was getting off the plane, wow, you're brave to take that camera with you. And well, maybe I am still, but I've been here now for 2 hours wandering around and I feel completely safe. There's people playing basketball, there's tennis right back there. We're in a park, there's all these baguettes all around and all these different shops to get a coffee. And so many families just walking around, and I love that about Europe, that you can just come to a city and just walk around as a family, and it's a weekday, it's a Tuesday, it's not a holiday or anything like that, and there are tons of people here in the park. There's even a little Ferris wheel right back here. How beautiful. Moses and Elise would love it here. I mean, all of here, not just the park, but everything that I've seen so far is just beautiful, and I feel very safe, and especially these touristy areas, but I feel very safe if you were to have a 9-hour layover. So far, so good. Another way to get to places much faster and easier here in Paris, rather than going and grabbing an Uber, is to take a little Lime bike. It's super easy. There's tons of different bike services here, and you can just grab one and fly because they're all electric, and they're super, super easy to ride, and the streets are very narrow here, but without a helmet, still feel pretty safe. All right, just wait till I show you where we're going now. Yoo-hoo! Built in 1887, this took 2 years to complete, and in the beginning, this was not something that people here in Paris were very proud of. It was built for the World Fair and supposed to be this symbol of Paris, and in the beginning, people thought it was hideous and disgusting. Why would you put something up like that here in our beautiful city of Paris? But after a while, it became one of these symbols that if you think of Paris now, or even 30 years after that, in the early 1900s, you think of this Eiffel Tower and this beautiful, this genius way of architecture of putting all these different pieces of steel together and things like that. And then you go through history and you see how much it's seen before. In World War II, they actually cut the lines to the elevator that goes to the top so that they couldn't change the flag when the Germans took over the city of Paris. They weren't able to change out that flag because they couldn't get to the top unless they climbed all the way to the top of the Eiffel Tower. How cool is that they were willing to do that, and then the Germans were not able to put up their flag during World War II here on the Eiffel Tower. there's so much more to explore here. And this bike here, I've been riding it for 10 minutes and it would have taken me 45 minutes to get to this point. So totally worth it. I'll tell you the price of the Lime bike at the end. But for now, I'm hungry. Let's go find something to eat. And wow, look how beautiful that is. I feel so blessed that I'm able to do this all in a layover. To get to the top of the Eiffel Tower, you'll pay around 35 euros, and for me, that's totally worth it. The only problem is that I just don't have any time. So we're gonna keep on going and enjoy the view of seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time here from the outside. And next time, with Moses and Elise, we'll go to the top and spend more time here in Paris. But wow, it is something to see. This is totally worth it. Just to see this for a 9-hour layover, I think is enough. It is incredible. You can just sit and stare at all the intricacies of building this Eiffel Tower. It's so beautiful. But got the Lime on a tour. This is great. Let's go. Oh, a souvenir. So my ride was 47 minutes and it cost 15 euros and 40 cents. And I think that was totally worth it. $15 or 15 euros and 40 cents, that's pretty good. And then you have to make sure you drop it off in the right spot. So you just download the app, you put in your credit card information. For me, it's just tied to Apple. You're good to go. Also, something that could be really helpful for you is that typically on my credit card, a lot of these things are actually paid for. So there's different travel funds and things like that. So for my credit card, I get like $300 to travel for free every year. You pay for the credit card, it is expensive. I can't say that I recommend it to everyone, but if you do like to travel and if you're into doing things like this, coming to Paris and being here on a work trip or something like that, and you don't have a work credit card to charge it to, well, this might be a great option for you to come and check out. And link right below to the credit card that I use. I've had it for about 10 years now and I haven't gone to anything else, so that's saying something right there. All right, let's continue on. That was really fun. One of Elise and I's favorite things to eat together is a crepe. And in France, this is what you have to get, is a crepe. It's so good. You see these creperias all over the place here. And once you dive into it, it's like this thin pancake that you can put some delicious like Nutella or some sort of a fruit inside of it and eat it up on the side of the road here. You're just in this perfect climate, and it melts in your mouth. It is so good. So good. If you come here to Paris, you have to try a crepe. But how are the breakfasts here? Well, you have to try a croissant. I got some ham on it. Never had it before, but it just melts right in your mouth. Oh, the salty flavor, the crumbly bread, so good. Then it comes with this little salad here, and you're supposed to try the orange juice. Very good orange juice. And then this coffee with cream. And it comes with the chocolate, which is kind of cool as well. Wow, that is just what I need. And then you overlook the Notre Dame right over there, and you have all these different people walking by and going to work and things like that. Wow, I am blown away by the breakfast. But what else is there? But you know how much I love my bread and delicious pastries, and I'm in Paris, so you have to try even more than what I tried before. So we have a chocolate one and a normal one right here, and a gaufre. A gaufre looks to me like it's just like a waffle. Crunchy waffle. You can have it with Nutella, you can have it with cream. I decided to try the cream, and then I got cappuccino. So we're gonna try this here. The other croissant was super, super good. But let's try this massive waffle here. Very good. It tastes like waffle with some whipped cream on the top. And then you've got this delicious croissant. You have to try all the croissants here. And this one tastes more like what you'd find in Ecuador. Not quite as crumbly, really good, buttery, and Now let's try the one with chocolate. This one looks more crumbly and looks like it's filled with chocolate here. Fresh chocolate that just melts in your mouth. Oh my goodness, this is good. If you're enjoying this video, me eating a lot of croissants, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment of what else I should try here in Paris. All right, we've got a lot of food here. Let's go for it. Time out really quickly. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and make sure you leave me a little comment. I love hearing from you guys. But also, it was interesting because in the train in many places, people speak Spanish because Spain is right here, English because English is a language around the world, and then also, of course, French. So I was a little worried about speaking just French because I speak zero French, but now I'm kind of encouraged to learn a little bit of French. And also, if you're thinking of coming here and you know those languages, I think you'll be all right. All right, back to the video. Like, subscribe. And how could you come to Paris without seeing the Louvre? This is the biggest art museum in the world. It has things like Mona Lisa inside of it and tons of other art that is just so famous around the world. And right down there, right throughout here is where you can see all of that art. Unfortunately, I have to go straight to the airport right now, but I wanted to see at least the parts that you see in the movies. This part right here. That's just so cool. What a beautiful work of art. Everywhere you go here in Paris, it's just a work of art. Oh, so cool. All right, let's see if we can make it to the airport. Kind of close here. Kind of close.
Por favor, no olviden recoger todo su equipaje.
Couple of things. I think that was the hottest train ride I have ever been on in my entire life. And number two, I think that, well, for the value, it's okay, but there were a lot of different trains we had to jump on and off of because so many were out of order. So for 15 euros to get there and back, 15 euros there, 15 euros back, 30 euros total, it's not bad. But it definitely took a long time getting back this time. More like hour 15 minutes. And now everyone is running because everyone is behind. All right, here we go. Also, on the escalator, you need to stand on the right side. If you stand on the left side, people are gonna get mad at you because that's where you walk by. If you wanna go faster, the right side you stand, left side you walk up. Watch. I could not recommend that place anymore. That was awesome. To not have to carry this thing everywhere, that was incredible. For 10 euros for almost 5-6 hours of letting it sit there, that was the way to go. I would highly recommend this. Just look for the carry-on, look for the Sheraton Hotel, and it's right there. It's super close. And a central location right next to the train as well. The train is right down there, and your stowaway is right back there. All right, here we go. Terminal 2E, looking for a lounge. And then we're going to talk about how you can get a lounge and also what I would do differently if I were to do this day again. All right, here we go. So first of all, I'm so proud of all that I did. I was telling Elise everything that I did, and she's like, wow, how'd you do that? And I said, because I got a bike. In order to see everything that you want to see in just a few hours, it means sacrificing actually seeing everything, if that makes sense. We weren't able to go into the Notre Dame or into the Louvre, but we were able to go around it and bike around and just see the old historic places, see the Eiffel Tower in person. How cool is that you're able to do that and see these things in just a a 9-hour layover. And honestly, my body is so sore from walking and biking, and I do lots of running and mountain biking and all that kind of stuff where I live in Ecuador, but this is just a different kind of exercise, and how cool. I think if I were to do it again, well, because I've done everything of seeing everything really quickly, I would maybe just reserve one of those places. So maybe it would be the Louvre. I think that would be the coolest thing to see here in Paris, personally. If you're not into art, maybe I would go to Notre Dame and see that, just because of all the history there, and just seeing it inside would be pretty cool, I think. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What did you think of the video, my 9-hour layover? I think that you can do it. It's about an hour to get from plane to the Notre Dame area if you go kind of quick, and you just have to follow the signs. Everyone was very kind. I didn't have to worry about pickpocketing at all. I didn't have any issues with that. I mean, zero, nothing whatsoever. And I felt very safe, and honestly, the train was very easy. It was super hot, but besides that, for 15 euros there, 15 euros back, I mean, I'll take it. It's really far away. So plan on that. It probably took about an hour to get back here. And yeah, we had lots of issues with the trains and things like that. So make sure you have time. The baggage drop-off was awesome. Highly recommend that. And everything that I did, honestly, I would recommend for you. Let me know if you have any comments. Email me if you need to, gringoylatinojohn@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to share with you my limited experience here in Paris. It was just a layover, and I wanted to see it. It's my first time ever here, and I'm glad that I did. But we are off to Johannesburg, Africa right now. And then, well, we'll see if I can get out of the plane there, out of the airport. We'll see. But we're going to Africa. It's going to be epic. I hope that you like this video, because if you like this one, you're really going to like the next ones. We'll see you guys next time from Africa. But for now, whew, my arm is really tired. And ciao, Pascal.